Three, two, one. Hello to who's ever watching this. My name is Will Anagnos, as you guys probably already know, and I'm joined here with one of our clients, Matt, out of Jacksonville. He is nice enough to take time out of his busy day and share his experience working with WA Marketing Solutions. So, Matt, let's just stick with the background to start things off. Give us a little background on your business. Who are you? Just a brief summary on your current business right now.
Sure, absolutely. Thanks, Will. So my current business, I'm running as an independent mortgage broker with a small team of individuals that I've known for the last 15 to 17 years. For the most part, self-sourced with my leads. I'm not doing any lead generation with real estate agents or anything like that. So I've been in business since last August, so what, about 9 months. And it's been great so far, working with you.
Cool.
And
so
that's pretty much it.
Appreciate the background. Now moving to like pre-partnership, before we start working together. You booked a call, we hopped on a phone call. Why did you decide to work with us after you spoke with me on the phone? So what made you decide to proceed and work with us?
Well, your business model was compelling. Our phone call, you went over a lot of information that led me to understand, how your business works and why it's effective. And it made a lot of sense. I had never done any sort of marketing before, so I was self-sourcing all my leads and going through the regular channels, but it was slow going. And after our conversation, I felt like this would be a really good move in the right direction.
So when you were in that situation before we had spoken on the phone call, what were you looking for exactly? Or maybe you didn't know what you were looking for.
In regards to the business model?
In regards to marketing your business so that you can scale, what were you looking for before we linked up?
Yeah, so before I had ever talked with you, what I was looking to do was meet real estate agents to obtain mortgage leads.
Mm-hmm.
And it was slow going. It was a lot of cold calls and emails and text messages based on my circle of influence and realtors that I'd worked with in the past. But it was just a very slow process, and so I had not even thought about a marketing solution like what you and your company do. I didn't know they existed, really. And so I was just looking at probably about a 2-year ramp up to get where I was comfortable. And that's what I had been told by other people that are doing what I do as well.
Right, that takes time.
It just takes a long time. Yeah, a lot of hard work and patience. And I was prepared for that. I had saved up and it was okay not making a little bit of money for a while, but luckily, your program accelerated that very, very quickly.
So let's talk about that. You've been doing this for 9 months. We've been working together for 9 months. So right from the beginning, that's 3 quarters. That's almost an entire year. Let's talk about that, or tell the people who are listening to this, what have we been doing to help you the last 9 months?
Okay. So initially we ran a campaign that reached out to real estate agents in my local market, specifically the city that I live in, which is one of the largest cities in the Southeast. At least land mass wise, it is the largest, but only a population of about 1.2 million people. So had really good market penetration, met a lot of realtors through your program virtually, a lot of phone calls. I prefer to do phone call follow-ups with all the virtual intros. So I had a lot of phone calls with with various realtors, and from those phone calls was able to determine if we were a good fit to move forward. And we did 4 months of that. Well, we did 2 months of that. And then after that campaign, we ran another campaign for...
You signed up again.
Yeah, we signed up again, and we did basically 1 month again in the city that I live in,
Mm-hmm.
and then 1 month in a neighboring city about 2.5, 3 hours away. That's a huge population and huge market. And I got good penetration. Actually, I've got two really solid realtors that send me a lot of business from that city. Closing on one, hopefully this next week. So
That's awesome.
nice loan. Yeah.
Perfect.
And yeah. And so we did that. So 4 months total campaigning. Can't tell you how many realtors I've spoken with on the phone. It's somewhere in the hundreds, so a lot of phone calls. Every week I had 3 or 4 phone calls scheduled per day, typically, once we got rolling. And then we did a 3-month nurture campaign where we worked on following up with my database of realtors with weekly text messages and then weekly value add emails. So we were able to reach out to the realtors and provide something that they may not have thought about or known in their world that is mortgage related that will help them, get more deals.
Exactly. So to recap what you just said, if anyone's confused, basically the first part of our work was acquiring realtor partners, realtor contacts, people who are willing to send you their business, and then realtor retention, staying in front of, like you said, the 100 or so contacts that you had gathered, you had spoken with on warm phone calls.
Right.
If that makes sense to everybody, if that clears things up. What was your responsibility like? Like, let's say someone's working with us. What's their role? What was your role? What did you have to do in order to make the program successful?
Right. So I had to be accountable, and the program accelerates fairly rapidly, which is a good thing. That's how we're able to touch as many, prospects as we are.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to be available to answer questions and respond to messages in order to keep the process going.
Messages from who specifically?
From the actual real estate agents. So, they're being contacted through our program.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was able to message them back and basically nurture these hot leads, convert them into phone calls, and then get to know them over the phone where it's a little bit more personable. And then from there, follow up with making appointments, see if we can meet in person, or if there's anything that I can help with as far as like pre-approvals or whatnot. So, but the main responsibility was being available to to speak with them immediately and not let the lead go cold. So,
how much of a time saver was all this to you the last 9 months?
It saved me.
If you could put
it's hard to say.
a number on it, or a day, or a value.
I mean, I couldn't have met this number of real estate agents in 2 years, I don't think. I mean, if I did a social event every single week, I wouldn't have been able to meet this number of realtors in a whole year. So, yeah.
It's crazy. So 9 months later,
rapid.
We're talking today, rapid. And 9 months is not a long time. I mean, you're going to be closing deals for years to come. How is your business different today after working with us? Give us some numbers. You said you said how many realtors you had spoken with per week. I think you said 3 or 4 or 5. How many new realtor partners do you have? What's your pipeline looking like? Give us some numbers.
Yeah.
How many deals have you closed? It's only been 9 months.
Right. So I think we've probably closed. It's probably been at least 6 or 7 leads just from our campaign easily. And they were good sized loans too. So they were lucrative.
Tell us, I mean, if it's okay, just everyone's curious about that information. If it's okay with you,
yeah,
share us those wins.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're probably talking about
Loan size. We can just talk about loan size.
Yeah. So loan size, I mean, average loan size is between 250 and 350. So they're pretty big, good sized loans. There's a few in there that were, snuck up around 400,000, and a couple little babies that were in the low, 100s.
And these are all condos. These are all deals you closed from the realtor partners that we acquired and retained from our campaign. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
are
And
these realtors that you see sending you business years, months after our initial, start?
yeah, because the process, I did my job and made
Domino
sure
effect. Yeah.
yeah, I made sure to do everything that I could to give a great experience, to the client and to the realtor. And so I think we're going to continue to do business for a long time. It's up to me to keep it as long, we got the business together, you and I, but it's up to me to keep it going. So
Right. We did
yeah,
our part. We marketed your face
yeah,
to the business. You
hmm
now have that attracted realtors who are now working with you. So that's
right,
business you've earned for years to come. So
right,
the
yeah.
snowball effect is awesome. That's why we love doing it.
Yeah, and they've told other, and interestingly, they've told other realtors, about me because there's some products that I have access to that not a lot of other people do, and so I've become known as, the loan officer with solutions to interesting problems.
You've
So
become you
it's
the
a
game
it's a
is
good thing.
we marketed you so vastly that
Yeah,
everyone knows you now. You're like a celebrity.
yeah, it does seem like that. Yeah, so definitely a good market penetration, and I go to events and people seem to know who I am. So it's pretty cool.
And you think LinkedIn, being present on LinkedIn and being active, the whole part of our program that played a role doing that.
That was key. Yeah, absolutely. Because I'm not really into social media. So I had created a Facebook for the first time
Yeah.
right about the time that I became a broker. And so I didn't have a good
Yeah.
group of connections there. But LinkedIn is something that I had for quite a while before you and I met. And so I was fairly established. However, the campaign that you controlled, it just exploded. I mean, looking at my LinkedIn, it's like thousands and thousands of messages. So it's good. It's not more than I can handle. I mean, you just use the application on the phone
Mhm.
and respond in a timely fashion, and the cream rises to the top. So the interested parties will make it obvious that they're interested,
Mhm.
and then it's up to me to take it to the next step.
So how would you describe this program, the program you ran, to a fellow mortgage professional?
I would describe it as a way to accelerate your ability to connect with high value lead generation real estate agents. So um, you can basically fast forward in time to a place where you're busy, like very, very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, our motto, I don't know if we've changed it because I know it's changed a little bit, but it's we do in 6 months what people try to do in 3 years. As you said, it's an
Yep.
accelerated program.
Yep.
The one you ran,
Yeah.
I guess. And that's
Yeah.
really you're where you are today, 9 months later.
Hmm.
What would you say to somebody who they're on the fence, they've spoken with me, they want to join the program, but they're worried
Hmm.
about making an investment?
Oh, it was money well spent. I mean, I wouldn't have, I wouldn't be where I'm at today without, the campaign that we did. Um, I know I would still be, kind of struggling, and I would not be busy like I am right now. So I would definitely say take the plunge. It's worth the money. The break even is very quick. It only took me a couple months to start closing deals, and the after effect of having all these connections. I mean, whenever I send out my marketing emails now, text messages, I get so many responses, and it's still continuing to grow even after the fact, because I still have realtors technically connected to me that I haven't really had conversations with, and they're still coming around, and I'm still able to reach out to them to continue to grow new relationships. So I would say it's definitely a good investment.
Love to hear that. Matt, last question. What did you or what do you enjoy the most about working with WA Marketing Solutions? If you could pick one thing.
It's just the I would say the fast pace. It's really exciting. It's almost like for example, like if you go fishing and you're just catching fish faster than you can get them in the boat.
That's a good analogy.
That's what it feels like. Yeah. So it's a
You
good
push
time.
a lot too. That means a lot.
Yeah, I do, in case you can't tell.
Good stuff. Cool. Well, we can wrap this up. We've been talking for a while now. Matt, thanks for your time today. And if you're
Yeah,
watching this, if you're a fellow mortgage broker, loan originator, and you're interested in working with us, you can book a call with us via our website. It's wamarketingsolutions.com. And I look forward to supporting you and your business too. Matt, thanks again.
thanks, Will. Yeah.
Okay, hey guys, we're back. Matt and I were just talking off camera, and he was saying some amazing things that were going on during the program that I thought would be awesome to share. So, Matt, we were just talking about, what were we just talking about?
Yeah, I was saying that the campaign causes you to speak with so many real estate agents that you get really polished. You get really polished in your delivery, on your, if you want to call it a sales pitch, or your interview skills in general.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a spillover effect into when you go to open houses and you meet potential clients, or you meet your real estate agents at closings or events. So it actually, you do so many interviews with these real estate agents. At least I did it on the phone. I was pushed to move to the phone call. It does spill over and allow you to get more business even outside of the campaign. So I think it really helps a lot.
And before you mentioned that, you mentioned momentum is the reason why you had all this practice. Week 1 was slow.
Yes.
Week 2 was slow. Week 3 picked up. And then all of a sudden, I mean, because we've stopped the acquisition of realtors for a couple months now because we've been retaining them.
Yeah.
And you've noticed the sudden halt of your momentum. And you were talking about how your momentum just kept you going, even if you were tired. You had to keep up. You had invested in something, and all these opportunities.
Oh yeah.
So
definitely. I mean, there were times where I was getting messages at 9, 10 o'clock at night, even later. And if I was still awake, I would reach out to the realtors and set up appointments for the following day. I mean, but the momentum, it's a good feeling when you're succeeding, every day, every week, and it's adding up. And then, you're in a good frame of mind, good attitude, and that really is something that helps you in sales overall.
Matt, I mean, if our program helped you feel good about you succeeding every day, that means the world to me. So,
it definitely did.
2. This is just gold now. We got to talk about it. People have to hear this. It's the truth.
Yeah.
You got all this practice.
It's hard.
And
it's hard work,
it's a skill you're going to have for the rest of your career. This is not just a short-term win.
Exactly.
This is going to happen long-term.
Mm-hmm. It's true. It's something that you invest in. When you're investing in your business, investing in yourself, and it definitely pays off over the long haul. It might be a few weeks in the beginning where you're grinding and you're taking a lot of messages and a lot of phone calls, but then eventually we got so busy that I had you turn the spigot down a little bit, because it was like drinking from a fire hose. Yeah, in a good way. We had to throttle back a little bit.
I think we're going to adjust this program so it's longer, but there's less activity throughout the longer time period, so that people aren't really overwhelmed. But you were in the accelerated one where it was just like 2 months, then 2 more months.
We had full throttle. Yeah, I mean, looking at my Outlook calendar, there were days when I had 4 and 5 appointments each day.
4 to 5 appointments a day with realtors.
A day with new realtors, and so I spent literally 8 hours on the phone in one day, and there were weeks where I had 3 and 4 days like that. Toward the end, when it was fully accelerated.
And to remind us, and the outcome of all this was, where are you today? Give us the number. How many deals have you closed? Remind us again, the loan amount.
I think we closed them. I mean, at least like probably between 5 and 7 really good sized loans. But the more important than that is I've got 11 in process for $3.5 million. And then I've got another 8 that I'm nurturing right now for about 3.4 million. So we've got a lot of business coming in. It's continuing to produce. This month will be my biggest month in business yet.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. It should be closing about, I think, 2.3 million this month. So
Matt,
Yeah.
congratulations on your hard work. We gave you the opportunities, but you took them and ran. So this would not have been successful if you had not done your part. We coached you throughout the part, but you did it exactly the way that we instruct. So you made this work. Great working with you. We're going to turn this off now because we're over 30 minutes. But if you guys want what Matt's gotten, at least the opportunities to get to what Matt's gotten, find us on our website, wamarketingsolutions.com. Book a call. Talk to you guys soon. Matt, thanks so much.
Absolutely. Thanks, Will.
Thanks.